What was it like for the explorers of old to get on a ship and sail into nowhere? Leaving everything you're familiar with and heading into the unknown is inconceivable to most people. I think that in most cases they simply relied on the boat floating and the wind blowing and took things as they came. I convinced myself that I was in a far more favorable position because I knew, sort of, where I was going. In 2003, I set out to achieve what no one believed possible: cycle around the entire African continent, alone and completely unaided. My 37,000-kilometer journey took me through some of the most dangerous territories on Earth, and it took me 2 years and 2 months to complete.
Dead camel's not a good thing. I mean, that's a bad sign, isn't it?
But my ambition to truly conquer Africa left some unfinished business. Madagascar, Africa's mysterious island continent. It's twice the size of the UK, with a dramatic coastline measuring 5,000 kilometers. I circumnavigated the continent on a bicycle and literally in my mind believed that I had conquered this massive, massive piece of Earth. And every time I looked at an atlas, I just saw the world's 4th largest island, Madagascar, lying there next to Africa, and realized that I actually hadn't. And no, man, I've got to really conquer Africa. I've got to go around that island. When I looked at Madagascar and seen some photos of her, the coastline was just so stunning. I love the sea. There was just no choice. I had to do it on a kayak.
We need to calculate when exactly I'm going to come across to see you. Obviously, we need to make sure that it's spread up enough.
Is your coffee?
Yeah, cheers, Fasti. Thank you.
Thanks. I might be doing my journeys alone and unaided, but I need support, and I need emotional support, obviously, which my girlfriend Fasti gives me. But on this Madagascar journey, I'm going to need logistical support, and that's where a guy like Seamus is going to come in.
Being Riaan's expedition manager is actually quite a daunting prospect. You know, I'm dealing with everything from sponsorships to equipment, weather updates, and even meeting him at certain points to film blogs and extra footage. I'm really looking forward to the challenge. I'm sure it's going to be one hell of a ride. Okay, so obviously this you're going to be using all the time. Putting it out there, showing yourselves.
Hey, I like it. You can see yourself like that, eh?
You got to pull it out at, when anything happens or when you land at a cool spot. Then the other trick is obviously going to be the underwater housing. So you're going to be plugging that in, strapping it to your kayak, working whatever way you can. That's your friend. You're going to be chatting. That's the only person you've got with you on the journey. You're chatting and telling him all the stories.
Cool.
Okay.
I have definitely not overcomplicated things when it comes down to equipment that I'm going to use. I need a kayak that's going to be able to float, first of all, and that is extra strong. And then the contents that I have in the kayak, my water, my bedding, my medicine, and probably some stuff that I would use in an emergency. So I haven't gone too fancy. Survival just always for me has just been about employing logic where I can, and definitely keeping things simple. Today is the day that I leave, and I'll be going out of the harbour, turning left, and just keep on following the coastline back to the spot, hopefully 9 months from now. Right now, I don't think I really have to dig for motivation. I'm so motivated. I'm excited, actually. That's probably my biggest motivation now. The things that I've seen only in pictures, the whales, the wildlife, the birds, the mountains, the sea, the beauty. It's easy to be motivated. This will be 100% pure adventure. Seeing the people on the beach today just busy waving me away, I look back at some of them and I just thought to myself, do they know what I've put into this? Do they know what I've got ahead of me? This is more than a year of planning and dreaming, and yes, it started, eh? I've got a big task ahead of me, but I've got to focus on what I've got to do every single day. So I need to put in the biggest part of my kilometre day before 12 o'clock, and after 12, then I need to decide where my destination is going to be, if I can reach what I was hoping to reach, and try catch fish in that time, try rest when I need to rest, but I've got to start building a solid routine so that the kilometres fly by. It's lucky to have these people welcome me like this, man. It's very nice. Very friendly people in Madagascar. One of the things I think I take to is languages, because I see how that opens doors for you when you're trying to communicate with people. And you can sign language for a little bit, and you can have a little laugh, have a giggle. But when you're staying in a village, you have to sort of be really more interactive. Parlez français? Parlez anglais? Parlez malagasy? I've put up my tent now next to the chief's hut, and it's amazing. When I first arrived in this village, the children and the people had just run up the beach just to welcome me, shouting, smiling, just so happy, and people have been so friendly. And I'm tired, but I feel good and energized, and the things I heard about Madagascar have just been true, and it's lovely. Woke up early morning, packing my bag, getting ready to leave now without being impolite, and starting to start saying my goodbyes. And the one guy shouting, chameleon, chameleon. Chameleons are synonymous with Madagascar, like the lemurs are. In the beginning, I was a bit nervous of it, and I was like wondering, what is this guy going to do? Attack me, bite me? It's no problem. But I was keen to handle it. But chameleons seem very aggressive, prehistoric, of course, but with their mouths open and that big orange, mustard color in their mouths, and that aggressive, and then their eyes going in all directions. Very, very cool. And then I just handled it, 30 centimeters long. Beautiful, big fat thing, and quite heavy for a chameleon. You'd think a light little bony creature, The children couldn't believe that I was just letting this thing climb over me. Shame. Okay, come. Put your back. I'm still a baby in adventure, and from here it's going to be a strategy of me saying, what is the day-to-day pain and suffering, and what does that equate to on a weekly or a monthly level? I have some goals, north, east, south, and west. These are just points that will allow me to say, hey, you're actually getting somewhere. You realize you've covered a chunk of the island by literally getting around a small little bend. First fish, lovely, man. About a 9 to 10 kilo. Nice, what a beaut. And then he's gonna have to be my dinner for a while. Yay! I was feeling despondent, thought I wouldn't get one. Yes, got one. The girl's busy preparing this for me. She's cooked it for me. That side over there is where they're cooking. And then over here is where they dried out, but I can take it with me. So they just smoke it. I have to admit, I may not have been completely honest with myself up to this point. There are huge risks ahead. Cyclone season is approaching. The East Coast seas are notoriously rough, and then there's my first big milestone, the treacherous northerly point. I guess I need to ask myself, what am I willing to give up in exchange for conquering Madagascar? Am I willing to offer my life in my quest for adventure?
The conditions are not very good. I'm just gonna have to trust it this out. It's a thick storm. Yo, I'm gonna have to. Yes, I don't know. First time I'm gonna ever have to do something like this. Yeah, there's nothing more frustrating than what I'm busy going through now. I'm doing a couple of kilometers an hour, 3 kilometers an hour. Land is staying far away from me. I'm taking all the effort that I can. I'm busy being positive, going. Just saying pedal. Do not be concerned about just pedal is what I'm telling myself. And I am frustrated, like this camera now, flipping, just messing up when I'm trying to do something. Yes, just flip.
Yeah, Riaan's not going to like this. There's the season's first cyclone is forming in the Indian Ocean. It's out off to the east of him. He's now on the northeastern corner of Madagascar and looks like it's heading straight for him. He's going to have to hunker down and not even think about going on the water. It's just going to be way too dangerous.
The season's first cyclone has hit the shore. The problem is that it just brought rains, and like a week that I didn't have to spend sitting over here. Hey, I'm bored, man. I just want to. That's what I said. I was on a pedal. Nearly there, come on. Ah! Come on, I don't want to go towards the waves. The whale, you're right by me. Right here. So we should go in the way. Maybe splash over there. Part of this trip was just so important for me to be able to get what people speak about Madagascar about so much, and that is the whales. I've got the normal things, chameleons and lemurs and that are on dry land, but on this little boat that I've got over here, I've got to be able to try to get close to the most amazing creature on the planet, And just now, I think I'm the closest I've ever got. I think if I'm gonna have that privilege again, All these whales are heading south now from up north, and the chances are going to be very, very limited, That was incredible. Yes, sort of put you on a high where you know you can pedal, another 20 kilometers just without a second thought.
I'm motivated because I've done such good kilometers, and nearly 100 kilometers in 2 days, which is very, very good going. My hands really are taking strain. You can just sort of see they're just really battling a bit. It's blisters probably which you can't see clearly, but they're really also very nervous for that north point. Where before I just said, go for it. Now I'm afraid of dying there, man. Jeez. Every single fisherman, every single sailor, and every person in Madagascar that I've spoken to has told me that it is going to be impossible to go around that point on my little 5-meter kayak.
Yee! Northerly point, man. La la la. The conditions have been better than I could have ever dreamed. I just thought they were going to be really, really, really out of my league. And 1 kilometer that way, and I'll be turning south, opposite direction to what I've been doing for the last 1,300 kilometers.
You know, I've conquered some of the East Coast, which was just so dangerous. That alone is a little achievement, but the one thing that really, really makes me feel as if I'm getting somewhere is getting around that northerly point. That has definitely been my biggest achievement so far. I started heading south a couple of 100 kilometers ago, but I really want to do some distance now. I need to put some big kilometers under my kayak. You have to monitor things like progress all the time. I'm on track, and I think if I can just keep up the momentum, not even necessarily the kilometers per day, just the momentum, I think I'll be able to be home on time. But it's learning every single day. Am I able to do those distances that I thought I'd be able to do in the conditions that I have never been in? And then can my body cope with those distances and that trauma that I'm putting it under every single day?
People send emails saying, I'm living their dreams. Yes, like, man, I can't get closer to nature. These dolphins are busy communicating with me. When I slow down, they sort of start jumping next to me, asking me why am I not carrying on? Why don't I just carry on further and further with them? Obviously, I can't keep up with them. They're so incredible. Little flick of their tails, double my speed. Incredible.
The Indian Ocean island of Madagascar has been hit by some of the worst rioting in years. Over 30 people have died during anti-government protests that turned violent.
Gee, according to the world, Madagascar was on fire. Rioting, looting, police shooting, killing people. It's been going on for a while, last 3-4 weeks already. I just heard it was just basically a squabble between the mayor of the capital, Tananarive, and the president of the country. And as simple as that, the opposition leader believes that he should be president. And knowing where I was heading to at that time, I thought, this is going to affect me. But in the back of my mind, I've always had this dreamy feeling that, hey, I'm on sea, they're on land, let them carry on. Sure, you know, I'm just reminded every day that adventure keeps her own schedule. I've been stuck in Mahajanga for almost a month, and all thanks to the 5th cyclone of the season. Yes, for the first time in a long time that I get onto the kayak, it's been a long time since I was in the water, and pretty frustrating. Shucks. Guys broke my leash. Can you believe it, eh? Can you believe it? Guys break my leash. I only see it now. Oh, man. The guys break the leash now. Fuck's sakes, man. Jeez, like it.
does it go? Is it gonna end? My goodness me, man. Where do I find a leash now? Yeah, cool, calm, collected, that's what I am. Cool, calm, collected, everything cool, calm, collected. What the flip is wrong with you people? How the hell? This was a thing when I was a teenage boy. I surfed with this in Richards Bay. As a teenage boy, 20 years ago, I surfed with this leash. I wanted it to go around Madagascar. For them, the guys just break it, they just pop it, they squash it back in underneath over here as if it meant nothing, bon voyage, and then they duck. Oh la la.
For the next 1,500 kilometers, I'm going to be paddling along the coastline of Madagascar's desert area. There'll be very few people and very little contact with the outside world. I'm a kilometer out to sea and wow, fresh water, hey? But it's because of the cyclones, and the cyclones hit this area a little bit, moved around, went a bit south, and then came inland, so probably on the mountains, filled those rivers and just sent tons of water down. There's a lot of debris in the water, so it definitely shows that the rivers have been very, very, very active. Amazing.
You've got to keep the engine cool. I'm a water-cooled engine. Paddling has been a wake-up call for me because I am paddling in 10-meter deep water and suddenly I'm in 20-centimeter deep water. And then it's a 7-kilometer stretch of little sandbanks all over where I cannot paddle. And some days I'm dragging the kayak, sapping 80% of my energy. Things are going so well today, eh? I mean, I was just, yes, I'm not even tired. I've done like 45 kilometers, not even tired. The wind was in my face for most of the way, and now I've just gone and broken my rudder, eh? Small little wave, 2-foot wave coming onto shore. It's always the shore break that's the problem. I'm busy repairing, and I think I'm maybe going to be able to do a okay job with the epoxy. Yes, it's always, you feel bad when things like it happen. Say why things are going well, and then start repairing it, and then hey, life isn't that bad. What a cool surprise! The people who stay over here, it's only one hut and one family, or 2 huts and one family. And I asked the guy for some food. I gave them a fish, a big fish, and then he brings me chunk of honey. Look at that. Woo! Mm. Mm. Nothing that way, nothing that way. When I get honey. The one thing I've learned so far is just to be able to pace myself, and that's in the beginning I didn't think I really did too well, and I think I just suffered a bit more than I should have. I try and stop like after 20 kilometers. My lower back normally hurts quite a lot, so to get out of the kayak just in that seated position, stand, walk around, maybe even lie down, it's just a huge relief. The world has changed since I left my Janga. The scenery hasn't been as pretty as it was up north, and it's just been a different world. I think this is probably what I heard about when people were telling me about the deserts on the westerly side, and gee, I'm definitely slap bang into the middle of them. Halfway point is coming up, probably about 200 kilometers away. Yes, incredible. Halfway. That means I'm not going away from home anymore. It means I'm going home. Been away from home for almost 6 months now. I think loneliness is the biggest obstacle for me to
to actually being able to keep a positive attitude. I'm out on the sea 10 hours a day, not saying a word to anybody. I am going a little bit crazy. I can tell you one thing, and that's that loneliness is a painful thing. Very, very painful. Oh, it starts eating away at you because the paddling stops being fun. The seeing wildlife on the sea stops being fun. And all you can think about every minute of every day is being back home, sleeping in your own bed, seeing your friends and people you care for. There's no two ways about it, eh? I'm not having fun, yes. You know, everybody asks me, am I having fun, am I having fun? And yes, I feel under pressure to say, yeah, it's great, man. You know, I've got blisters on my lips from the sun. I can't see, I can't open my eyes out for long enough. There's one eye is throbbing, just hurting. I had a headache. My body is paining. I couldn't even hold the camera up for the length of time that I used to be able to. The special thing about today is that it's halfway point, eh? I am happy, I am excited, but yes, even as I speak to you now, my back cramps, eh? Yes. I'm so tired to even be to raise a hoo-ha. It is halfway, it's great, you know, it is a big deal. Just I'm a bit tired, very, very tired. Is the camera seeing me? Yes. Okay, cool. I'm sort of in the picture there. I've got sunblindness. It feels as if I've got tons of sand in my eyes. And it is painful, painful, painful. Today the right one is just the worst. I'm just weeping all the time. Yes.
Just getting myself ready now to go over to Madagascar. I'm seeing Riaan in a town called Morondava. We have one little snag though, is that he's just over 100 kilometers north of there and he's lost his GPS. So just hope he makes it there in time.
Now the sun's just gone down now. I know Morondava is just somewhere. I don't have a GPS. I don't know where I am, eh? When I started this journey, I said one of the things that is non-negotiable is paddling at night. And it is crazy to be out here in this darkness because it's just another world. In 10 minutes time, it's going to be pitch dark. I will not be able to see the end of either side of my 5-meter kayak. I've broken the rule that I said I wouldn't. This is 14 hours of paddling. Coming into Morondava was one adventure all on its own. Firstly, paddled at night, pitch darkness, didn't know where I was going. Took a wrong turn, landed on the sandbank, couldn't see anybody, didn't know where I was. Salamat tuko. Please, as a fight, allez, le pirogue, le mon ami, le carry. And then I get these cool little Malagasy guys who help me carry the kayak, get their buddies, carry it around the bank and straight into Chez Maggie and to a hot plate of food.
Riaan! Gary! Ah, man, you made it!
Yo, man, shot.
Welcome to Morondava.
Hey, thank you, man.
Hey, I'm so tired.
Come on in, come on in, come on in. Hey, thanks.
Wow.
It's very early. Sun's not even up, and we on the way to the Karindi forest. So it's a very special place in Madagascar. But I'm tired.
Hey, it's just beautiful looking at a map now, and just seeing that I've actually done some serious distance. Physically, I'm strong, but your body takes strain. You do little mathematics and you work out how many strokes you do per day. You do 15,000 strokes per day, day in, day out, day in, day out. Your body is going to take a strain. People have tried to do the circumnavigation of Madagascar. People have failed simply because of the strain it puts on you physically. Ceremony is about to take place for halfway, hey? Taking the hair and they're cutting my hair.
Oh, there she goes. Oh, la la. Oh, la la. Okay, and what's my plan? Choose an angle, choose a line. No. Oh, yes. Oh, Riaan. Okay, get out of this danger zone.
When I was on the west coast, I had to aim for a specific point, a town, because I knew if there was a population, there would be a place for people and fishermen to land. We're in the southern rocky coastline of Madagascar. Probably the last hour of the paddling of any day is about how am I going to get my kayak in one piece onto shore and myself without being cut open or my head cracked open.
You know, surf like that is exactly what I have to come through nearly every day, and that is, yes, that is scary. That's breaking on like a half a foot of just live coral and stuff that will just cut you up, man.
My first sunrise over sea for a very, very long time, and the sad thing though is that I've got the sea surf to head out into now, and that's going to be one big challenge because I got hammered last night. I've got one of the local fishermen who's joined me over here now. I'm trying to just get a little bit of information from him, but obviously he doesn't speak a word of French or me a little bit of Malagasy, so...
Serve lalang.
Very.
Serve lalang say. Lalang sa so itu. Lalang sa itu ambat setiyo. Ambat arua. Ambat arua.
Yeah. Le pêcheur. I choose to come in here.
Huh?
I choose to come in here, and there's a village just next door. It's crazy, eh? Sotra. Ah, tsari, yes, Masot. Shame he leaves his axe with me. That means the guy will come back with the food. Got to keep going. Surf that I would never, ever dream of going out on. I don't think many people would. Yes, just thundering pounding. The southern seas of Madagascar are just another animal, eh? It will snap the kayak in half. Without a doubt.
It's scary, eh? My safety and my physical fear was obviously something that I worry about, getting hurt. But probably the most crucial thing for me is that the journey could be over with one mistake, and I can't afford that now.
I had to trek inland to come to this village of Antarakarika or something like that because of the bad weather. Let me show you around. It's very interesting. I think you guys will like my little house where I stayed. So this is the room that I've been staying in, and I wouldn't call it luxury. I was eaten alive by fleas last night and the night before, and they get into my clothes and bounce around in that, and I was battling to sleep. I am so tired, but still nonetheless people are great and kind, and I'm gonna have to deal with it one more night in this flea-infested place, and then I can be back on the sea. It's amazing how I just yearn for the sea when I'm away from it. When I'm on it, then I just want to be on dry land. It's amazing. As we speak now, a flea bites me in the back. One thing that this village had from day one was just crowds and just people around me all the time. I wasn't in a great mood when I arrived here first, but I'm sort of bearing it. Then somebody stole my shoes,
wasn't happy again, and just sort of the rigmarole. But the bottom line is that I really believe I'm getting home. On that third day, I thought I'd sort of become part of the village to some degree, as much as one can in 2 days. And on that third day, I just turned ugly. The mayor and the people that helped him had been drinking, they drunk. They've been sitting drinking beer all day, and now they decide to have a problem with me. They get the chef of the police to come and get me. Now I have to drive with them, leave all my kayak, leave all my belongings. They're going to be the big bosses now, and they're going to make sure I get to Mboven Bay. Now they want me to get in the car, and I have to go. If they saw me filming this, they would take the camera away and destroy it probably. No negotiation, aggressive. Told me that they're taking me to the police station in Mboven Bay, and they didn't want to tell me any reasons why. I asked them specifically what the reason was for them arresting me, and there I was, in this van, leaving my kayak, leaving my baggage, all behind in this room that I couldn't even lock up. Hey, many things were going through my mind, you know, when these guys had taken me. I expected to be able to contact the SA Embassy, so in my mind I was already working out the solution to my problem. I didn't think that it would escalate to what it did. Not a typical prison cell that the guys kept me in. Fortunately, I had my bag and I had my video camera in, so I could pull that out, and I was afraid to even do that. The bats started squeaking, the rats started running around the room, the fleas were biting me and I was scratching, and I slept maybe 1 hour that whole night. I tell you what, I felt like a criminal. No doubt about it, I felt like a criminal. In the most craziest person's mind to conceive that I actually am a terrorist coming on a small little 5-meter kayak on the most dangerous coastline of Madagascar to come and threaten their country. And that was the charge, terrorism or mercenary activity. I'm still here in Mboven Bay, and I will probably be here for another day or two, so just nothing's happening. I slept in the police station again. It's the 25th and Seamus comes on the 30th, so I don't know. Maybe I'll get there in time. Don't know. What was going on behind the scenes was the reality of Madagascar government was that it had changed overnight from people who our embassy and our government had been dealing with, and our ambassador had to find the new Minister of Interior and negotiate with this guy, not on grounds of Riaan Manser specifically, but more, as I was explained to later, on a humanitarian grounds. You know, there's an innocent guy who's trying to do good for a country, and you're busy locking him up in your prison. The guys have let me go now, so now I just packed my bags. It's been the worst situation so far, and really soured my whole relationship with the country. We're gonna head off into the village and just be positive, eh? I'm gonna be Riaan Manser, eh? That's what everybody expects. Positive, always shiny side up, eh? That's simple. Everybody loves my job. Everybody wants to do what I do. Adventure, it's just so easy. It's so lekker. It's just simple. Go there, paddle on a kayak, 5,000 kilometers, come home for the glory. That's simple. Yeah, that's simple. Walking away now. Free man, hopefully. Hey. Everybody wants my job, eh? Right now they can have it. I got back to the village. I was happy that I was released and I was able to get back on the road, and I just spoke to myself and just made things a bit more positive. And then I just get back into my kayaks, just stuffed up, and just everything is just worse than I even thought it was. You know, just things broken on the kayak, just things not even being looked after, and I just have to flip and just get on and just have to just always be positive and smiling and just happy. Things are good, great. Madagascar's wonderful. Just be happy. It's a load of bullshit, man. And I'm pissed off because it's not even an ounce of what I even wanted, and I'm sick and tired of it. And I tell you what, I am infuriated. The only thing I could do was speak to the camera. The people do nothing but stare. They'll just stand there and just look. They just stand there and stare. The children don't go to school.
They just stand and stand and stare, as you can see, just down me, just standing and staring. As if something's going to happen now. David Copperfield's going to make the kayak disappear or something. I am so sick and tired of Madagascar. I'm just tired. You don't understand how. I just want to get this trip over with, and I don't want to see the country again. I just don't want to be here. I want to go. So we're sort of ready to go now, about to leave the village, and yeah, it's been a bad experience. I think I've sort of made that clear. And mentally, I've got an hour and a half's walk now down to the sea, to Kumba Bay, and I'm going to sort my mind out, and I'm going to finish this journey, and I am going to be on track, and I'm going to be the first man to circumnavigate Madagascar on a kayak. No doubt about it. Here I go. I've needed this walk. It's been a necessary part of me just being able to get into the water again and just realize what I'm trying to achieve, not these little battles, these unimportant issues. Sweating way over here, and I'm not even carrying anything, just the wetsuit's making me hot, and sweating out a little bit of the frustration, anguish, and negative emotion.
Just over my shoulder, you can see Riaan coming in. Missed the rugby, unfortunately, yesterday. He was seriously bummed about that. But there's a hot bowl of spaghetti bolognese waiting for him, and that's exactly what he wants.
There you go, spaghetti bolognese. That's what you wanted. Oh la la. Yes, it's been my primary, motivating food. Yes. Fort Dauphin is my last major city for another 800 kilometers, so I've made a plan to see a doctor. My body is taking serious strain.
This is not looking like a...
It's not a... There, yes, like that is the worst. There's a South African doctor over here, which is, I think, comforting. I can speak to her and tell her exactly what's wrong, but more importantly is that they're going to make a big effort, and here I am about to take the x-ray, which I didn't expect.
There's something, you can see it over here. It's not usually there.
It's like you can dip your sushi in there.
Sorry. I can give you local for this if you want.
Ah, that is a sore little one, that, eh?
Sorry.
No, that's cool.
Sorry,
Look at that pulls out there. No, that's cool. The pain isn't localized, it's going all the way through my body, eh? Yeah!
Okay, I'm going to give one big squeeze.
Don't tell me that.
1, 2, 3. Okay, all right. It's quite a big today. You're doing really well though.
Yeah, I'm doing great.
He's in a pretty good condition. I was expecting him to be a lot thinner, a lot leaner from the trip that he's been doing. He's paddling 7 hours a day, and he says that he's only been getting a meal a day. So you would think that he would probably have lost a lot more weight than he has.
89 kilograms. I left South Africa 102 kilograms.
I've given him some antibiotics, and then I've given him a nutritional sachets because he mentioned that at a stage he didn't eat for 3 days. Vitamins, vitamin B's, because he's not eating much red meat. He's only eating fish and rice because that's obviously the staple diet around here.
Although I'm on the home stretch now, I in no way believe that this trip is wrapped up. I actually try and avoid that thought. I'm telling myself daily just to get to the next target.
In the cyclones, it's getting close now. I've got a couple of 100 kilometers to do, and I really feel I'm going home. I even said to Seamus that he can start paying the deposits on the brass band. The Canal de Pangalan is a legend in its own right, because hundreds of years ago, people were coming with their boats trying to navigate this formidable east coast, and they weren't able to do it. You know, they were trying to move efficiently, and they built this canal that runs 600-700 kilometers up the coastline, sometimes 100 meters from the sea, where the waves are breaking. I troubled with the idea initially to be able to use the Pangalan. I felt I was cheating, but there's just no way that it could be considered cheating. It's something I've dealt with now. Of course, I'll use the Pangalan. It's going to be another world of Madagascar. It's going to be another whole world of people who don't live by the sea, who actually live on a canal.
There is a feeling of reward per day. So it's not even a big total accomplishment of being the first man to be able to circumnavigate Madagascar on a kayak. That's not it. It's finishing a day and looking back down the coast and saying, yes, did I paddle that today?
Each morning when I wake up now, it's one day closer. 6 sleeps, and I'm finished this journey. Just every morning is becoming more special.
I want to pull out this tooth now, and got my Leatherman. I don't know, but take a look anyway. I've just voted that I'm not going to be pulling the tooth tonight, so I've chickened out. I'll have to do it maybe tomorrow, so wait for that episode. 5 sleeps to go, so woof. I mean, come on, that's small figures, eh? Small numbers compared to what I've done. 5 sleeps to go. It's rusted, and this is what's going to take the tooth out from here. Be careful what you bite on, children, because this is what can happen to you, and you don't want that. Visit your dentist regularly and brush your teeth twice a day, minimum. I'm 2 days away from finishing something which was a humongous task, something that required a heck of a lot of effort and determination. I can sort of put another tick behind Riaan Manser, you know, Africa circumnavigation and the Madagascar circumnavigation, which is not an ego thing, but just that I actually am achieving something and all this effort that I'm putting in. Madagascar was definitely about both highs and lows. The lows were obvious, I think imprisonment, living through a political coup, being caught in life-threatening cyclones hitting the island. And then just the highs were from hundreds of dolphins around me to whales literally right underneath me. Gee, the privilege of experiencing, seeing, learning, meeting new people, privilege beyond what I could have imagined in my wildest dreams. I want to say a special thank you to Fusty for being patient with me in this time, and Liefling, it's going to be over, hey. Yo, let's finish this trip, hey. Hey, Seamus, thanks for, believing, never, ever having a doubt that I would be able to finish this journey. I just thank you so much. And if things don't work out like we planned, if things don't
work out like we thought. Like the world doesn't buy into this Riaan Manser no food for lazy man stuff. I would have made a brother out of it. I know it's good enough for me.
The desire for adventure is flowing in everybody. Every single person on this planet comes from a heritage of travelers, explorers, and brave people. And I now realize that that uncontrollable desire for adventure lives in every single one of us.
Hey, China.